What's up, YTPC? Pat Higgins pipe with some Cartier Hall. Wanted to talk to you this morning, it's morning for me, about the symbiotic relationship between pipe smoking and listening to vinyl records. If some of you have noticed my latest videos, I've posted some tunes off of some of my vinyl records. I took the plunge to get back into analog and vinyl back in 2012. This turntable that I've been playing on my videos, it's an American-made turntable made by a company called VPI. And the table is an entry-level table of theirs, made, I believe, back in the 90s. They don't manufacture it any longer. But you know, part of what I wanted to do is to go back, and I actually have had a collection of vinyl since the 80s. Pretty much when I got into pipe smoking back in the 80s in college, I stumbled onto a stash of vinyl records, and all these years, along with my pipes, I kept up with those records. I never threw them away, and they've moved everywhere with me. You know, I've been to DC and Washington and Washington, D.C., and Northern Virginia, and Austin, Texas, and Alabama, and all that stuff. So I had these records, and a very good friend of mine has always been into vinyl. When I met him in '91, he had a Rega turntable and a sound system, hi-fi sound system, and every time I would go jam with him, he was a guitar player, he would play records. My pipe's gone out, but so that kind of, I reckon that sort of planted a seed with me that took a long time to germinate. There we go. But you know, CDs are kind of like the cigarette, you know, of the music world. They're you pop them in, they're a quick hit, they play music, they get the job done, you turn your car off or your CD player or whatever, and you go along your way. MP3s are the same way. They're kind of like the cigarettes of the music world. Vinyl's like pipe smoking. There's effort that's involved with playing a vinyl record. There's involvement in the music when you play a vinyl record, just like there's involvement with stuffing tobacco in this pipe, keeping it lit, tamping it, working it. You have to work to get music from vinyl records. But like pipe smoking, it's worth it. It can be very frustrating. You know, if some of you are interested in getting back into vinyl, I would be happy to consult with you and advise you. Now that I've been doing it for a while and have had some stumbles along the way, I will admit that it's not completely straightforward if you take the route that I took with belt-driven tables. It's a joy when they're working great, and it's the greatest frustration when they're not. And actually, my turntable has started developing a noise, so now I've got to figure that out. But again, it's kind of like pipe smoking, but the thing that I enjoy the most about the experience of vinyl is the sound is different. I'm not going to say that it's better. You're going to hear people say, oh yeah, it's wonderful, it's better. And in some cases, actually, it really is. But it's different. The music that's produced from a needle hitting a groove on a piece of vinyl is is just a different experience. And once you kind of begin to go down that path, you begin to see why it's worth all of the effort and trouble and fuss and muss to play vinyl records through your sound system. Just like it's worth the effort of breaking in a briar pipe and trying different blends and dealing with tongue bite and everything else that you do as a pipe smoker to get to a place where you have experience with it, and then your enjoyment of it begins to go up and up and up. It's the same thing with vinyl records. I also, there's just something, I've mentioned this to several people, that there's something in my mind kind of magical about seeing smoke rise and drift and stuff in front of your face. It's the same thing with vinyl for me, is when I look down at my turntable and the record is spinning around and around and around, and just this very, very almost microscopic piece of metal material is touching a groove and it's producing sound through your speakers. It's, I can't explain it, but it touches me deeply. And the music that's produced through my system off of a vinyl record reaches deeper into my soul than a CD does or an MP3 does. So, anyways, that's my pitch. That's my sales pitch on getting back into vinyl. I think it's well worth the effort if you are a music lover. And I mentioned this on when Eddie Gray of the Pipe Nook did his giveaway. I mentioned this, in my video response to him. If you're a music lover and you haven't taken the plunge to get back into vinyl, now is the time. And the other reason why now is the time is because vinyl is, like pipe smoking, is really taking off, and records are still cheap, but they're going up. All right, I'm here to tell you, retailers are discovering that people are getting back into vinyl. I have one locally that used to be a guitar shop. Now he's into vinyl. He's actively going and finding stashes of vinyl that individuals are selling. He's taking them, he's cleaning them up, he's re-sleeving them, and he's putting them on the shelf for a lot more. Now, is he earning his keep? Yes. His records, he inspects every record, he cleans them. It's good quality vinyl, but you're going to pay more. And so if you're willing to pay more for his service that he's adding on top of finding the records, then it's a great value. And I do believe it's a great value. He's pricing the records correctly. But I picked up a stash of almost over 100 records for pennies on the dollar. So, anyways, if this is something that you're interested in, I would say get on board quick. And if you need some help, message me. Be glad to help you out, give you any advice that I can give you to help you get back into vinyl and have this experience. I'm just telling you, smoking a pipe while watching a vinyl record spin on a table and produce sound adds even more to the enjoyment and pleasure of pipe smoking. Okay? All right, guys, have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.